So today I want to talk to you about how you can make money while you sleep in 2021. Now this is one of my favorite things to do. I like money and I like sleep. So when I combine the two, it's a win-win for me. Now we typically call this passive income. So this is where you are making money by doing very little. Now this doesn't mean that you do no work at all ever. It just means that the money keeps rolling in when you are sleeping or when you're at a restaurant or you're doing something else. And isn't that just like a great way to live? So welcome to Looking After Your Pennies YouTube channel. My name is Charlotte Jessup and I talk about financial education. I want people to learn how money works and how to make it work for them. I talk about everything from budgeting, saving money, making money, investing, pensions, credit cards, anything else that's basically related to finance. I am passionate about making sure that people understand how this world works so that they can make the right decisions for them. Now I have done a few videos in the past about passive income streams and different things that you can try. So in this video I thought I would talk to you about ways that I am making money while I sleep and some of the things that I have experienced along that journey. So I have 5 things that I want to talk about today and I'm really excited to share these with you. So number 1 is websites, okay, or like blogging, or that sort of world. Anything to do with like content creation. And people often wonder how you make money from this. I swear I have like family and friends who literally ask me this every time I see them and I have to explain how this works. So I'm going to give you that explanation today. So when you are a content creator, you are creating a platform. You have a voice, you have an audience, and you have people that are, listening to you and they actually value what you are saying. And there is a way to monetize this. Now obviously there is a fine balance between creating valuable content and also then being spammy with the stuff that you put out into the world. So you need to find some way to, keep some sort of equilibrium between quality content and monetizing that platform. But I have a couple of websites on the go and all of these bring me in money. And 2 of the main ways that they do this in a very passive way is through affiliate marketing and display advertising. So let me talk about the difference between these. So affiliate marketing is where I recommend some sort of product, or I will make a suggestion or talk about a product that I think might be of value to you. So this could be something like, oh look, I just bought this hairbrush. Isn't this hairbrush, this hairbrush has been really good for me. I think, if you want to check out this hairbrush, here's a link if you want to take a look and make a purchase on that. Now that link will take your audience, or if you're clicking on that link on my website, that will take you through to where you can buy that hairbrush, whatever platform that is. And then if people make that purchase, it doesn't affect the price that they pay for that item, but I get a percentage or a fixed fee based on that purchase. Now obviously if you're going to do this well, you want to make sure that it fits in with your brand. If I started talking about hairbrushes, you'd probably be like, okay, but do you talk about finance? So you need to make sure that it is consistent with what your audience are interested in hearing about. But there are lots of companies that offer this. So some of the big ones are companies like Amazon, and there are, some other great ones out there. And you can get this for everything from, like normal household items, things you're using every day, to services, and software, and even in the business world too. So that's one way that you can monetize like content creation. And you can do this on, social media, you can do this through a website, you can do it through a YouTube channel, you can do it through a podcast. Now the other one is display advertising. So these are the adverts that you see when you visit websites. They might be in the sidebar, you might get a banner at the top, or they might appear halfway down the page. And this is done through an advertising company. So a great one to start out with is Google AdSense. So you will create a website, you'll produce content on that, and then you can link this up to the Google AdSense account. And what they then do is then they will place ads on your website. And now for every set of eyeballs that visit your website, you will make a certain amount of money. And it's really small amounts. So you kind of need a lot of traffic to actually make some money from this. But basically, you can then get to the point where people are just scrolling through your website, reading your articles, and you will make money from that. So this is another really passive way that you can monetize content creation. The display advertising is more focused towards blogs, but obviously you see adverts on things like YouTube as well. So that is another, route into that. It just works slightly differently. So some sort of platform, somewhere that you are creating content, can be monetized to produce some sort of passive income. So the second one that I am increasingly utilizing is investing. So quick disclaimer on this, not financial education. If you want to invest, you need to do that research and decide for yourself if that is right for you. Your money can go down as well, okay? We always hear the positives, but there are times when your money will go down. So you need to be aware of the risks associated with investing. But for me, this is a great way to make money whilst I'm asleep. The amount of times that I wake up and I have a message from, an email or, a little notification on my phone that says that I've made some income or that some of my investments are up. And that's money that I've made just by putting my money in the right place. And that feels really good because that's not me swapping my time. I literally wake up to those notifications and realize that I'm a little bit richer today than I was yesterday. Now, obviously, there are lots of different things that you can invest in. There's, stock market, there's property, there's crypto, there's all of these different areas. But for me, I generally stick to the stock market and stick with things like index funds, which is diversifying my money and putting it in lots of different places, following a particular index like the S&P 500 or the FTSE 100, and just letting it sit there for a long period of time. And my hope is that it continues to go up. I understand that it might dip, but in the long term, I'm hoping that I will get a good return on that. And I already worked for that money. I already put the effort into that, producing that money. So once it's invested, it will then just make me more money, or at least that is what I hope. So number 3 then is digital products, but I'm not necessarily just talking about like digital downloads. These are things that I have created in a digital way and am selling on various platforms. Now this can translate into physical products as well. Now this is one that I've done a little bit in the past and it's something that I'm looking to step into a bit more in various different avenues. Now let me give an example of what this might look like. So I have a few printable sheets. So this can be like meal planners, my budget spreadsheet, my budget spreadsheet started life as this product that was for sale. You can now get that for free. There's a link below. It's lookingafteryourpennies.com/budget. You can get that budget spreadsheet for free. But in the early days, it was sold and I sold it through Etsy. So I'd created this product, I put it on Etsy and people would go and buy it without me necessarily needing to push them in that direction. They would literally just go and head over there, they'd be searching for something on Etsy, they would find it and think, yeah, this is the product for me. And that still happens. I still generate income through selling these digital products on Etsy. Now, obviously, I'm not producing a physical product in this case. This is something that people download, they either use on their computers or they print it out at home to stick up on their fridge. But there is another way that you can do this. You can have things like print on demand services. So this is where you can get orders again through Etsy if you want to. And I've seen people do this with things like greetings cards or t-shirts. They can make a purchase there. This then gets sent to a company that actually produces the product. So they print them based on that order. So if you've got a t-shirt that says money on it or something on your Etsy shop, when somebody places that order, you transfer that over to the print on demand service and they print that and ship it out to the customer. So you aren't necessarily involved in the actual production of that. You don't have to keep piles of t-shirts and have to wrap them and box them. It's all done digitally. And again, these items can be found in a way that means you don't necessarily have to be involved. You don't need to be continuously pushing this content. Now, Etsy isn't necessarily the best platform for this. They are a bit funny with the whole linking up print-on-demand services, but there are systems that you can use to do this. So you can link a Shopify account with this and kind of have this overlap and then have a print-on-demand company that does that for you. Another great way to do this is through Amazon. So if you're looking at creating, say, books or journals or things like that, you can create these and upload these to Amazon. So it could be something as simple as like a diary with a beautiful cover, or maybe you've got a specific theme that you want for that journal. So, like, a moon journal or a guide to your period journal, and you just record those things. So there are loads of different ideas you can do for this, and you literally, it's just a book full of lines potentially, and you can upload this onto Amazon. And again, this is a print on demand service essentially. So if somebody makes that purchase, Amazon prints it for you and sends it to their home. So you aren't involved in this work. It is a great source of passive income. I love these emails that I get from Amazon that are like, oh, somebody's read your book, somebody's purchased your book. This is all passive income. I don't have to do a lot. Every now and again, I'll mention it on my YouTube or on my website or on my social medias. But you can just do this through having a website and, doing search engine optimization, SEO work, so that people Google, they might go, they want a moon journal. That will come up on Amazon. They purchase it. Job done. You don't have to do anything. So number 4 is again kind of like a digital product, but it's a little bit different. So you could create a course. So this is where you are passing on your knowledge. And this doesn't have to be particularly complicated. Maybe you have just created a really good spreadsheet within your company that solves a particular problem, and you want to help people to create their own spreadsheets like this. Now you could create a course around that. You could then put this on, these course platforms like Udemy, or you could, host this yourself and do it through your own website. And then people who have the same problem as you and that you have since solved, they will find this, they'll purchase the course, and they will learn from that. So this is a really great way to generate some passive income whilst being a really positive force in the world. You are solving a problem. So there are all sorts of things that you could do courses on. You could do things on like parenting or fitness if you're like a personal trainer. You could do it on tax. You could do it on, marketing. You could do it on anything, essentially. There are so many different topics out there, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a long course. This could be, an hour's, video content, or even half an hour plus some worksheets that help solve that problem. And you can use the platforms that are out there to help you promote this. So you don't necessarily need to have, a social media account and a whole load of marketing and advertising behind this to generate some sort of revenue from this. Like I say, platforms like Udemy will make your content searchable, and you will be able to find those, people will log on and they will try and find those, and then they will buy your course. So once you've done the work in creating the course, it is a great source of passive income that, helps people with whatever issues you are able to solve. So finally, number 5, and this is the one that I have tried recently and I am loving. Now I'm going to sit here and say that this isn't passive income, which maybe feels a little bit, outside of, what we're supposed to be talking about here. But actually, the theme for this video was how to make money while you sleep. And this certainly does that for me. So this is a subscription service. So I run the Money Nook, which is a financial education membership. So people pay on a monthly basis to access my workshops, my courses, resources, Facebook group, and a bit more of me. And they pay me that on a monthly basis. So this is a subscription. Now, obviously, I have to put a lot of work into this. I'm creating workshops, I'm engaging in the communities, I'm supporting people, as well as things like, marketing and the finances and making sure the subscriptions go through and things like that. So it's not the most passive, but it is a great source of recurring revenue. There are other ways that you can generate this though. You could do a subscription around something else. Maybe you have top tips on, meal planning. And what you do is you give people, a meal plan for the month, every month. And it could just be as simple as an email. People could send you a $5 every month. You send them a month's worth of meal plans. That saves them all that planning and you get that income. So you still have to do some of the work to create these meal plans, but you can then, people can sign up to this, they can get it at any time, and you take that income on a recurring basis. So it's kind of like a step between truly passive income and earned income, in that you can kind of scale it more, and you know, that money still comes rolling in while you sleep, but you know, it's not completely passive. There is still work. There is, you know, you're still going to have to put some effort in to create something that is valuable for, you know, the people that are signed up to this. But there you go. There are 5 of my favorite passive income or nearly passive income sources that can help you make money while you sleep. And let's just say, isn't that the absolute dream, to have income that comes in without you having to directly exchange your time for that money? You know, it's not the 9 to 5, you know, you work 8 hours, we'll pay you for 5 hours. This is money that, you know, happens regardless of the effort that you put in. Thank you for watching this. I've got lots of other videos on passive income, so please do go and check those out. I've got lots of other videos about all sorts of things to do with finance and things to do with finance and the environment, which is a real passion of mine. If you're interested in learning more about your finances, you can check out the Money Nook too. The link for that is in the description. Don't forget to hit subscribe, don't forget to hit like, and if you've got any other great passive income streams that you think I should be checking out, then I would love to hear about them. Big thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.